Yo, what is going on guys? Welcome back to the channel. Hope we're all having a great day today and we're all doing well. So the reason why the background gameplay here isn't Siege is because I was actually about to make this video and all the clips I had for my background, for the background gameplay were all corrupted, and yeah, it was just, I don't know why that happened, all the clips were gone, so I'm probably going to have like, I don't know, like a zombies match that I played earlier or something like that as a background, so I'm sorry about that, but yeah, I don't know why it was all corrupted and everything. Another thing is, before we get into this video, 89% of you people who watch my videos aren't even subscribed, so definitely change that right now, hit the subscribe button, and yeah, let's get into this video. So in this video, I wanted to talk about this Hibana rework that everyone's been going on about, and I've not really gave my opinion or my thoughts or anything, or hardly even talked about it. So I want to talk about that in this video. I want to really tread lightly on the word rework for this, because even Ubisoft themselves said the term rework and tweak are different for operators. So for example, the upcoming Tachanka rework is called a rework because the way that we're going to play Tachanka when his rework comes is going to be different how we played him before. Whereas a tweak, let's say the Thatcher change that we got at the release of Operation Shadow Legacy, that was a tweak because we still play Thatcher the same, we just, you know, it's just different how he works. Before he used to destroy the gadgets, now he only disables them. Thatcher's still in the same role though, he still does the same job. Tachanka on the other hand, his rework, he's going to do a different job. He's going to become area denial, he's going to become plant denial and stuff like that. Whereas before he was technically area denial but just wasn't as effective at it. But now he's like more plant denial and everything, so he has a different role now, so that makes him a rework, where Thatcher, for example, he still has the same role. And that's what we'll talk about with this Hibana rework that everyone's talking about. It is an official change that they said is coming. They said it in test server patch notes that they are going to quote-unquote rework Hibana. She's still definitely going to be a hard breacher, so I wouldn't call it a rework, I'm going to call it a tweak. So let's talk about this Hibana thing. They've not really gave us much information on what it's actually going to be. All we know that is there is going to be some changes coming to Hibana. Now, if you guys did not know, in the test server for Operation Shadow Legacy, roof hatches, so the hatches in the maps that defenders cannot go up and reinforce themselves, they were actually reinforced by default, and they weren't planning on bringing it to the live build of Shadow Legacy. They were just using it for test server testing, and potentially we're going to release it in year 5 season 4, which is next season. And there's quite a lot of negative response to that. A lot of people are kind of complaining, saying like it's kind of unnecessary, and you know, attacking's job right now in the game is hard enough as it is. It wouldn't really be fair to add that. So they were using it for testing and to get feedback on it, obviously, and they said that they were going to be waiting to maybe release it once there is more utility to deal with these roof hatches and you're not straining all the hard breachers, because currently as it stands, well, there's actually more operators now because they added the secondary hard breaching tool, but as it stands, Thermite can open 2 hatches. Maverick, I think he's actually maybe going to be open a lot more now because they're, you know, he's got his extra canister now, so he's actually going to be a lot, you know, a lot more effective at opening hatches. Ace can only open 1 hatch, because it requires 2 of his charges, and he only has 3 charges. Therefore, Ace can only open. He can only open 1 hatch, and Hibana can obviously open 3. Now, they're looking into changing this Hibana, which is probably going to be next season, if they do go alongside adding this new reinforced hatch feature. And like I said, they've not given us any specifics on what it's going to be. We do know that she's still going to be a hard breacher. It's just because they're kind of thinking, and a lot of people are saying, that Hibana is kind of falling off the meta now, where we have the secondary hard breach gadget, you know, which can kind of open a hatch. You don't really need a Hibana to do it. You still bring that secondary hard breach gadget and you can open the hatch yourselves, which is true. Hibana is still viable though, I'd say, in a lot of situations. Still has a great weaponry and stuff like that. But you know, if you want to play vertical or something like that and you're using Fuse or something, he can open up that hatch. You may think, I don't even need to bring a Hibana here. Heck, Maru can open up a hatch as well now with the secondary hard breach gadget. And obviously when it comes to walls and stuff like that, Hibana has never been the best hard breacher when it comes to walls. It's always been Thermite, but Hibana was always the best for hatches. Now Ace is in this equation, and I'd still say Thermite is the best for walls, then Ace, then Hibana. So, and I'm not really including Maverick here because he's kind of in like a grey area. I'm just going to exclude him when I'm talking about this a little bit. But for this, I'd say Ace has really kind of knocked Hibana out of the wall section. So you don't really need Hibana now if you're bringing a substitute for a wool, because if before, say, Thermite was banned, you'd need to bring a Hibana for a wool. Now you can bring an Ace for a wool instead. So then that pushes Hibana saying, right, well, she's still viable for hatches, and she still is viable for hatches, but we've also got all these other operators now, like Montang, Lion, Ying, Amaru, for example, who can open up hatches themselves now. So then that's also once again pushing Hibana down on the scale, and, you know, kind of limiting how much we actually need to bring her now. Obviously there are still some maps which I'd say Hibana is still quite vital for attacking. Bank bottom floor, for example, if I was attacking open area and everything, I would still really like to have a Hibana on my team personally for that. Like Clubhouse, I'd still say that would be good as well. But she is kind of losing her charm to her, because now you've got all these other operators with a secondary Heartbreach gadget that can open hatches. You don't bring her as a substitute for Thermite Wolves now because you have Ace for that. So yeah, I do agree that Hibana is kind of falling out of the meta. So they did say they are going to change her, and I'm going to kind of give my thoughts on what they're probably going to do with that. So as it stands, Hibana has 3 sets of 6 pellets if I'm not wrong, so that's a total of 18 she has overall. My thoughts is maybe, because if you guys don't know, it only takes 4 Hibana pellets to open up a hatch. So my thoughts is maybe they're going to make it with Hibana's, her gadget. You can choose how many you can shoot. So you can shoot 2 pellets at a time, you can shoot 4 pellets at a time, or you can shoot 6 pellets at a time, sorry. And so basically, if you set it to 4 pellets, you'll be able to open 4 hatches in total then, and you'll have a remainder of 2 tiny little Cairo pellets left. And with those like sets of 2 Cairo pellets that you could use them to destroy gadgets and stuff like that. You know, you could shoot them at a reinforced wall that has a evil eye on it. You just shoot those beside it and it'll blow up and destroy the evil eye. And then you've still got 16 left, so you can get 4 hatches from it. Now, you know, you might be thinking, wow, 4 hatches, that's a lot. But remember, this is also probably going to be when they're adding roof hatches being reinforced by default. So Hibana having the capability of having the chance to open up 4 roof hatches is actually going to be pretty necessary if they're going to make this change with the roof hatches being reinforced by default. Obviously Ace is not really your best bet for getting hatches because he can only get 1 hatch. You can still do it with him, it's just not the best thing to do. So I definitely think Hibana's maybe going to get an improvement to where the fact that she can get more hatches now if they're going to make this change. Another thing I think they should maybe look into is if they're going to try and make her like a worthy substitute to Thermite for Wolves, because Ace obviously is the Thermite is the substitute for Wolves. If they want to make Hibana a substitute for Wolves, maybe they need to make it that her Kairos aren't so close together, and then maybe they're spread out a bit more, so you can actually open up a wall that you can walk through rather than having to make a vaultable wall or use 2 sets, which is 12 Kairos altogether just to walk through it. There is a little method where if you place it at the bottom of the reinforcement, you can actually crouch through it, but not a lot of people know that, and it is very temperamental. Sometimes you do get stuck, and obviously you are an easy pick. I just don't know how they're going to do this. Obviously they did say that this is coming. I wouldn't call it a rework, like I said. It's just everyone's calling it a rework, so that's kind of what it's known about, and I think even Ubisoft said it was a rework. But I can't see them making a substantial change where Hibana doesn't get played like Hibana like she used to. I think she's still going to be played the same, but just in a different way, if that makes sense to you guys. They're not going to change her to where she has a completely different gadget and she's no longer a hard breacher. I think they're just trying to make her the Queen of Hatches again and make her much more effective at her role. I can't see them changing her loadout probably, because her loadout is still very solid in my opinion. I can just really see them changing it the way that Kairos act, and you won't be having to do 6 at a time. They may also make it that her deployment speed is increased, because as it currently stands, you can bandit trick Hibana charges pretty easily by the time they're even on the wall. And also with that Thatcher change now, that bandit batteries don't get destroyed, you kind of can counter Hibana quite easily as it currently stands. Now, I want to clarify, I'm no way saying that Hibana is a terrible operator. I still love playing Hibana, I still think she's great. Obviously, if you want to get hatches pretty comfortably, you can still, you know, you can still bring her. Like, you can get hatches open from windows across the map practically. You don't even have to stand over the hatch, where if you're using a secondary Heartbreach gadget or a Thermite, you have to stand over it, and you can get nitrocelled and stuff like that, obviously. So obviously Hibana still has a perk in the game right now. I'm not saying that she's useless it's just saying she's really kind of falling off from the position that she was, and Ubisoft are saying that they're going to change this. Now, my best bet for when this would release is going to be Year 5 Season 4 probably, with the hatch changes. Like I said, I highly doubt it's going to be a big rework like the Chanka, more of a tweak, but if they're calling it a rework, I'm just going to have to call it a rework as well, even though I think that kind of goes against what the definition of rework is, what they said the definition of rework is. But it's going to be interesting. I want to know everyone's thoughts in the comment section below about this potential Hibana, well, not potential Hibana change, just upcoming Hibana change, but how you think it's going to be. They're definitely just going to make her more viable at opening hatches, whether that makes the speed faster. Definitely think they're going to make that she can open more than 3 hatches. With the roof changes, with the roof hatches coming as a default reinforcement, Hibana definitely needs to be up there ready to get all those hatches and still have some viability inside the building, because as it stands, think of Cafe Dostoevsky, you've got what, new balcony hatch, you've got red stairs hatch already. That's, if they're reinforced by default, that's 2/3 of Hibana's equipment gone already before you've even entered the building. So I'm interested to see what they do with this. It will most likely come next season if they do bring the roof hatches, but if they are saying that they are changing Hibana, then I'm going to assume that they are going to go ahead with the changes for the roof hatches. But that is all I have for this video. Please do let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And as always, thank you to Callumsb7, Carson HKYT, Alonso Martinez, Zerb123, David Yud, Movimento, Aldo900, and Xalator Gaming for becoming members of this channel. If you would like to become a member yourself, it is $1.99 a month, and there's a link in the description for it. Obviously, you're not forced to do this at all. It is purely up to you. And yeah, I appreciate all the support everyone gives me already. But yep, that is all I have for this video. Do let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Drop a like on this video if you did enjoy, dislike if you didn't, subscribe if you're new, and I shall see you on the next video. Have a great day. Stay safe. Love you all.